What's happening, crypto fam? Happy Friday. Good morning and welcome back to Love for Crypto. I'm Scott and it's a pleasure to have you here. I appreciate you taking the time out to consume the content, so thank you. This morning I want to talk about the metaverse, centralized metaverse versus decentralized metaverse. It's going to be extremely different. There's going to be, in decentralized metaverses, there's going to be some extremes where you can do things, say things, and get away with things that are going to be quite shocking to other people. And in the centralized metaverses, you are going to be censored, controlled, suppressed, told what to do, and given rules by the central authority. It doesn't look like Facebook's metaverse will be a decentralized metaverse in the future, or even in the near future. It looks like it's going to be centralized, which isn't the best. People are going to want to watch what they do on there. People are going to watch what they say on there, just like you do on normal Facebook at the moment with getting shadow banned and banned for what you do and say on the platform. It will be no different from the metaverse. So if you act like a dick, you'll probably be kicked out of it. If you say something you shouldn't be saying to someone else, you'll be kicked out of it. So the centralized ones are going to end up safe spaces for the snowflakes. Yeah, their centralized metaverses will be your safe space for your snowflakes. Fuck off and go and use it, mate, because I don't want to know about that shit. Not that I'm never going to go on Facebook's metaverse. I'm not saying I'm never going to go on it. I'm saying I feel in my core that I'm hardly ever going to use it. I don't want to use it. I want a decentralized one. I know how big they're going to be. I just don't really feel like I want to be on Facebook. Now, we have the hill.com here, putting a metaverse is coming, society could be wary. Now, are they on the same page as me? Or are they a little bit... Is it a bit different? Are they feeling different? So here comes a metaverse. At least, if some major players in the technology industry have their way. Right, straight there, straight away. No. Bullshit. Doesn't matter about some major players in the technology world have their way. Why the fuck has the metaverse been here for years? We've physically already had VR and metaverse worlds for years, just not interoperable ones. Just not interoperable ones. Don't say we haven't had metaverses when we've got in-game economies and all sorts happening inside games and virtual reality spaces. The metaverse is already there. It exists, but why is it getting so much mainstream attention now? Was to push the sheep towards the centralized ones so they can control them. That's exactly what this article's heading to do. What is a metaverse? According to the website of Fortune 500 company Nvidia, the metaverse is a shared virtual three-dimensional world or worlds that are interactive, immersive and collaborative. While the metaverse may seem like a pie-in-the-sky idea, some of the brightest technological minds and many billions of dollars are already invested to move society into the metaverse over the coming years. And much more investment is coming. Meta Platforms Inc. Meta, the social media company formerly known as Facebook, recently rebranded itself by changing its name to reflect what it foresees as a... Right, first off, no they haven't. They fucking have... Facebook still Facebook, mate. Go on Facebook and tell me if it says Meta at the top, or does it say Facebook? What's the app called that you're using through Facebook? Metaverse is now an umbrella of Facebook. Is Google Alphabet? No, but it is. Yeah? But do you see fucking Alphabet on there, mate? Do you see Alphabet on there? No, you don't see Alphabet. So did Google just die in the rebrand? Did they fuck? Alphabet became the umbrella and Google is still Google underneath Alphabet. Meta will be the umbrella VR space linking Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp and the metaverse all together. So imagine being on Facebook in VR and just being able to send a WhatsApp message through it, being able to go and scan Instagram through it, go and be able to have a conference, holographic conference through it, all sorts. But for them to say Facebook's now Meta. What a load of bullshit. What a load of bullshit. Meta chief executive Zuckerberg sees the metaverse, which will take 5 to 10 years to go mainstream, as the next frontier in technology, the place where people will live, work and play. And he's not wrong. Metaverse evangelist David Rubin imagines the eventual commercial applications of the metaverse as Coca-Cola paying for prime placement of a pavilion, Ford paying for its virtual cars to be usable, or Procter & Gamble promoting its brand on digital billboards. Gucci would open a virtual store and Comcast would pay for a giant sign that says Comcast, get better meta speed. That is the corporate bullshit one that you probably don't want to be on unless you're the fucking materialistic gimp who wants a pair of fucking digital Gucci's. You fucking weapon. Apple Inc., for its part, is rumoured to launch a mixed reality headset in 2022. Alphabet Inc., formerly known as Google, had attempted its own version known as Google Glass, which may be resurrected in the future. Microsoft has unveiled new features for its business-oriented and collaborative team software, which will let businesses create immersive spaces where workers can meet. The technology uses Microsoft software called Mesh that enables augmented reality and virtual reality experiences across a variety of goggles, including Microsoft's own HoloLens. Dozens of other technology companies are investing in potential applications into the metaverse. Three-dimensional business meetings may seem benign, but the enormous likely cost of a larger metaverse are all too foreseeable. Individuals' further detachment from reality. Who gives a shit? To worry about yourself, mate, instead of how much someone else is fucking gaming. Fuck you. To question how much someone else should spend inside a metaverse and what's the cost of individuals' further detachment from reality. Well, I tell you what, the further detachment from reality gets them away from cretins like you. You fucking weapon. Fuck me, push that fucking centralized shit on everyone. No. Even if the metaverse is collaborative in a sense that there can be multiple user participants within a three-dimensional platform, we would have even less reason to physically interact. The implications would likely be even fewer in person. It mean likely, oh my days, there'd be fewer in-person common meals, public ceremonies, celebrations, parties, and so forth. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck wrote this? You wrote this? By Chad Baster, opinion contributor. Well, I'm sorry, Chad, but your opinion fucking stinks, mate. I don't know who the fuck you think you are to tell people where they can and can't spend the days in or out of reality. How the fuck? You don't understand. It will lead to many more digital parties. How many people's having parties at the moment, mate? The further removed from reality we become, the more emotional numbness and distance we feel. The less interactive, the less human. The highs and lows, and the lows are high. The highs are lower and the lows are higher. Any form of prolonged escapism will do this, whether mind-altering drugs, television, gambling, pornography, or, it would seem, the metaverse. Wow. We saw a preview of this with a mental health crisis that corresponded with the COVID-19 lockdowns. You didn't get a preview of it at all, mate. How many people have got a VR headset and a metaverse to go and engage in? You fucking... I swear to God, mate. Some of these articles, and these are what people are going to be reading. This is what I mean. People's going to be reading this and being like, oh, shit. Oh. So half of them fear, or a third of people fear it straight away. A third of people are like, oh, it doesn't sound that bad unless it's Facebook. You're on Facebook anyway. You might as well be on Meta and you're going to do this and that. We might as well just talk. I mean, where are we even going? And then you've got a third of people that realise that decentralized metaverses are the way forward, self-governed, I mean, how much is Facebook going to allow me voting rights within their metaverse to dictate the rules of the metaverse? I don't want to take part in any universe. I don't get voters' rights. I've got voting rights in the UK and they don't mean shit. I'm still in a fucking tax prison. Can't leave without my passport. Have to pay to go anywhere. I don't just want to be in another place like that. I want some actual fucking rights in this next place. Do you know what I mean? And this dickhead here is trying to tell me that being here is better than being there, when being there you might actually get more rights and be able to buy some digital land and be who you want to be with no one telling you that you can't be that person. So fuck you, Chad. Yeah? Fuck you, Chad. Do a fucking decent article on decentralized metaverses, mate, because they've been out years and yet everyone's just all of a sudden talking about the centralized version. Get fucked. There was no preview of this. We're 3 to 10 years away from having decent immersive augmented headsets where I could have someone in America sat next to me now in hologram form and literally have a chat to them and see them, and then wherever they are, they see me. Recording that is going to be quite difficult unless there's an augmented lens on my phone or an augmented app that could also see him. But he could be here in hologram now. So don't try and tell me that we saw the preview of the metaverse and what pulling out of reality into the metaverse can do during COVID, because we didn't see none of that shit. I've not got an Oculus, so I didn't go into any VR world, mate. Oh, no. Fuck you, Chad. Given how most individuals are already so addicted to our screens, imagine how much more addictive and immersive the metaverse will be when the senses are more fully engaged. Applications could mean more isolation, suicide, mental health distress, poor physical health, and the list goes on. I'm sick of your fucking problems, Chad. Got any solutions in this shit? You got any optimism in this shit? I was about, what if it lifted everyone up and lowered suicide rates, lowered mental health, lowered societal problems, lowered crime, yeah? And kids aren't out on the streets robbing shit when they're at home in the metaverse, mate. So maybe wind your neck in a little bit and look at some fucking solutions instead of just throwing a load of problems in your article. We had this conversation on Facebook. All the fucking news wants to do is share problems after problem after problem. And they're never like, but here's a possible solution. They need to get fucked. Therefore, should not society and public policy favour reality? To favour reality does not mean going back to the days of the horde. Does this guy realise what augmented reality is? The metaverse isn't just virtual reality. You won't just be sat in your bedroom in VR headsets doing fuck up, like doing whatever you're doing in the metaverse, completely immersed. There will be augmented Pokemon Go type games in reality, meeting people in reality through the augmented reality games. I don't know what this Chad thinks he's talking about, but he's talking out of his ass. Really is. Now, again, right back to the beginning of the video with the centralized platforms, you can be censored, you can be kicked off, you'll be controlled, oppressed, suppressed, use whatever word you want to use, but yep, it's going to happen on a centralized platform just as it happens on Facebook now, and Twitter. And technology is a tool and can be miraculous, but public policy should support technology that further enables real-world existence, not escapism. There may at times be a fine line between the two, but it is a line worth drawing. To the extent that the applications of the metaverse prove simply an escape from reality, society should oppose it. If it cannot be developed without spiraling the world into further detachment, then the metaverse should be altogether opposed. No, people just need educating better and to stop letting the feelings get so fucking hurt online. Boo hoo hoo. Fuck's sake. Some might say that the free market must prevail, guide technology forward. But freedom can exist only when grounded in reality and truth. Who will shape the reality of the metaverse? Right, stop right fucking there. This guy actually acts like politicians are honest. Like the rulers of this world and reality are honest, and we know the truth. We don't know shit, mate. You don't know shit about COVID. You don't know shit about Roswell and the aliens. You don't know shit about Area 51. You don't know shit about the CIA basement. You don't know shit about any dark government or elites, mate. You don't know fucking shit. Talk to me about truth, mate. Fuck you. Fuck you, Chad. Talk to me about fucking truth. Will it be a handful of tech overseeing a land of censorship and rank commercialism at the expense of meaningful disclosure and dialogue? Given a lack of guardrails to protect children from the harmful effects of social media, how much worse would the metaverse be? This guy needs to learn about decentralization, voting through governance, self-governing platforms, internet of value. Ask Zuckerberg them questions, mate, because he'll be in control of that with Facebook. But Decentraland, it's going to be a bit different, innit? Validator votes and shit like that. So, given the seeming imminence of the metaverse, policymakers would do well to consider these issues now, rather than wait for them to arrive. Congress could start by repealing the research and development tax credits undergirding the development of the metaverse. Then Congress should revise existing antitrust law that allows large technology companies to continue to enjoy wide moats and near monopolies in their respective industries, fueling these grand visions for what could be a dystopian future. Well, you painted a great picture there, Chad. Well, fucking get load. I'm beaming with optimism about the future, mate. What a fucking picture you just painted, you fucking tool. Until adequate safeguards and oversight exist, I will stick with reality over the metaverse. Policymakers should too. Do you know what happens in reality, Chad? Do you know what happens in reality, mate? Rape, murder, theft, child trafficking, child rape, pornography. Child pornography, I mean, not just normal porn, but porn to some people. Paedophilia. You'd rather stay in that world, yeah? You sick bastard. You'd rather trust the people that brought you that world, you sick bastard. You'd rather trust the elites that want to do all that and get away with it, you sick bastard. Now, I ain't saying Facebook ain't going to become another reality like the reality we live in, with it being centralised and being controlled by the people who control what we're looking at there. And it's all up in the air, who knows? But what I do know is through decentralisation, validator nodes and consensus, we can actually grow a democracy inside the metaverse. So, whereas Chad thinks he lives in a democracy. You don't, Chad. But if you're in the metaverse, we might actually have democracy through governance voting. And then it might actually wake the masses up to think, hang on a minute, we actually don't have democracy in reality. Yeah, we vote people in, but then they act in an authoritarian way and just control us and tell us what to fucking do. Wear your mask, get your jab, or shut the fuck up and you're sacked. Chad, mate, please look into DLT, decentralisation, the Internet of Value and interoperability, because it's way bigger than you think it is, bro. Way bigger than you think it is. There needs to be more needs to be more optimism instead of pessimism surrounding this. I'm sick of the problems instead of the solutions. I don't want to hear fucking problems anymore. Do you know what? All I heard is there's fucking CO2 here and there's CO2 there, and no one's saying, well, let's remove some CO fucking 2. And then fuck me, man. What do you do when you're cold? You put the fucking heating on. What do you do when you're warm? You open a fucking door. Someone do something, mate. I'm just not, like, literally, we want solutions, not fucking problems. And on that note, have a look at Gary Vee and Mark Zuckerberg's conversation either on Gary Vee's Facebook or his YouTube. Go and find it. In fact, I'll put it in the description. I'll put the Facebook one in the description. Go and listen to it. About 30 minutes. Extremely fucking interesting. But bear in mind that Meta will be a centralized authority, at least to start with. I'll be shocked and surprised if it goes decentralized. I hope it goes decentralized, and fingers crossed it does, but I don't think it will. I think it will stay centralized, which is why Chad sees all them problems in it. And he wouldn't be wrong for a centralized version. He's not going to be wrong. But he's too fucking paranoid and too pessimistic and uneducated on what would appear to be DLT, that he doesn't see the decentralized side of it. He doesn't see democracy appearing through decentralized governance. What is democracy? It's governance. Decentralized governance on blockchains and DLT is literally proving what democracy should actually be. So yeah, invest in yourself, invest in Internet of Value, live long and orderly all, get it staked, get it baked till it looks after you, baby. Yeah, look after the pot till the pot looks after you. That's the danger. Yeah. And that is the dance. Wishing health and happiness to you and yours, guys, really am. Happiness and health are more important than wealth. Yeah. Fuck you, Chad. Hey, we love crypto. We want democracy. We love governance through consensus. And we love the Internet of Value. And we also love you. So take care of yourself. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.